The International Space Station has a leak. It's leaking air. This is a situation that's been going on for quite some time. The leaks are in the Russian segment. They've been identified. On board, astronauts have tools to detect and even fix air leaks. The reality is that it's often not that easy to understand where a leak is coming from or how to repair it. However, it seems that the situation is not dangerous for the astronauts because these leaks are currently minimal. Nevertheless, these leaks are becoming more substantial every day. Many times in the past, there have been air and pressure leaks in the International Space Station. The most famous incident was in 2018. On that occasion, a pressure leak was detected, and the astronauts were able to identify the source of this leak, which was in the orbital module of the Soyuz capsule that they were supposed to use to return to Earth. This is one of the biggest mysteries still open in the history of the International Space Station. Indeed, this leak was caused by a hole clearly made with a hand drill, and it was never understood where and when this hole was made. At the time, the Russians also conducted an extravehicular activity outside the station to try to understand the causes and how this hole could have been created. However, there was no problem for the safety of the astronauts because the orbital module of the Soyuz is simply discarded before atmospheric re-entry. Unfortunately, this means that this module was destroyed during re-entry, and therefore no further investigation can be conducted. The Russians conducted an investigation on their side to try to understand if this hole was made on Earth or in orbit, from the inside or the outside. The conclusion of this investigation was never clear. At one point, the matter became a kind of soap opera when the Russians began to blame NASA astronaut Serena Onyon-Chancellor, who was on board, saying that she was mentally unstable, and she made this hole in the Soyuz herself. The Russian space agency Roscosmos confirmed that these leaks exist and they're not able to resolve them. It almost seems like the Russians are not taking the issue seriously enough. In any case, NASA is determined to continue the life of the International Space Station, even though the Russians have said they want to abandon the program by the end of the year.